Hi, besties. Welcome back to the Bestie Talk podcast. I am your host, Kiannajit, and today I'm going to teach you a very valuable lesson on how to stop people from triggering you and how to call your power back to you after you get those people to stop triggering you. Once I learned these valuable lessons, I feel like I just recently really honed in on these lessons, and it has been honestly amazing because I was somebody who allowed people to trigger me all the fucking time. And I would just, it would really, really bother me. I would really struggle with that a lot. I would just let people trigger me all the time, and I would never understand why I was getting so triggered, or I would be triggered and upset about things. This is something that I've dealt with since I was so young, and I'd be so upset, so triggered, just a big ball of nerves and sadness. And my husband or my mom would be like, "What is wrong with you?" And they would get me to start talking. And then I'd be so upset about something that happened throughout my day. But really, I'd end up being upset about something more deep, on a deeper level. And it always came out when I was talking to them about whatever I was upset with throughout the day. But I was actually upset about something else. It triggered something else. And it's always been a fucking struggle of mine, you guys. Literally since I was probably 5 years old. It was annoying. And now in my 26th year of life, okay, I finally cracked the code and I'm ready to share it with you guys. So, number one, I need you guys to figure out what is actually triggering you, how they're triggering you, all that stuff. Number one, I just talked about, I need you to talk it out. Literally talk it out with somebody that's not in the situation. Something that the person isn't in the dynamic. If you have a therapist, or if you have a parent or a sister or somebody that is not in the situation that you're currently in that is triggering you, I need you to talk to them about it. And you will be surprised at how quickly you will figure out what is actually bothering you and what is actually triggering you. And it's usually not the thing you're upset about. If you're upset about your friend forgetting the actual day of your birthday, you'll realize as you're talking about it, you're not necessarily upset with the fact that she forgot the actual physical day of your birthday, but you're actually upset over the fact that you feel like you're always an afterthought in people's lives. And it's been a constant thing in your life from parents, friends, relationships, and stuff like that. And then that's the actual trigger. That's the actual thing that you need to work on, not necessarily the friend that forgot the birth date. Do you get what I'm saying? So really talk it out. Talk to whoever you can about this. And honestly, don't talk to yourself about it, okay? I don't want you talking in the mirror about it. Talk to somebody else about it, because you need that person to be able to pinpoint little things that you're saying to help you dive a little bit deeper. Okay, next, if you have nobody to talk to, nobody you trust to talk about this, you don't have a therapist or anything like that, I need you to write it down. You guys hear me bitch and moan all the time about journaling and writing that stuff out, but seriously, journal it out, write it out, write whatever you're upset about. And then again, it's kind of giving the talking thing that I was talking about it, but on paper. So you'll be able to literally write out all the stuff that's upsetting you. And then before you know it, when you're going back and reading it, wait a minute, that actually sounds like a problem I've dealt with my whole entire life. And that's probably the trigger, not this little thing. You get what I'm saying? Another way that you can kind of help yourself is I want you to watch, listen, read anything that is going to talk about triggers, boundaries, things like that. You can watch YouTube videos, you can listen to different podcasts, you can watch on TikTok. There's so many outlets in today's day and age. I love that about our generation. I know that some people hate that we're so chronically online, but I also love it because there's so many outlets for us to be able to learn about how things are going to trigger us, how we should go about it, boundaries, what you're literally listening to. There's so many other things that can help you and that can help other people that were not accessible 10, 15, 20 years ago. I can't believe that people dealt with triggers and shit like this and had no fucking clue how to go about that. There was no real outlets to help them go through it, help them work through it. No wonder why there's a whole generation that's just so fucking angry all the time. That is probably why, because they did not have outlets like this to be able to feel understood or feel seen or feel heard. So now that we've talked a little bit about how the hell you're going to even figure out what what is triggering you, how they're triggering you, things like that. I need you to learn how to get them to stop triggering you. So we figured out how. Now we're going to figure out how to stop it. Okay. Number one, I need you to stop giving them your energy. And by that, I mean, I need you to stop prioritizing them. I need you to stop engaging with them. I need you to stop, putting their needs above yours, and whatever that means, right? Because most of the time, if you're somebody that is dealing with somebody constantly triggering you, or dealing with somebody having your power, you trying to take your power back, you're more than likely somebody who sacrifices whatever you need in your life and whatever's going on in your life to help others, specifically help a person that is more than likely triggering you. So I need you to stop doing all of that. I know it's going to be hard because it's easy for you to do that. It's easy for you to fall into that routine. It's easy. That's something, a part of who you are is giving back and helping others and sacrificing your needs and putting their needs above yours and all of that stuff. That's how you show love. I totally get that. But what you don't realize is that is part of why they trigger you so bad, is because you're constantly prioritizing them above you. You put their needs above you, and that's why they trigger you so freaking bad. That's partially why. So I need you to stop doing all of that in order to even move forward. Because if you try to get them to stop triggering you and you try to do all these other steps in today's episode, but you don't stop engaging with them all the time, you don't stop sacrificing whatever you and your needs for them and theirs, if you don't stop engaging with them and always being around them and like being obsessed and all of that stuff, that other stuff is never going to work. So I need you to stop doing that stuff first, because you're more than likely a little bit fixated on this person. Are they upset with me? Are they happy with me? What, did I do something wrong? Like, you are pretty hyper fixated on this person, and that is again another reason why they're triggering you so bad, because you've put such an importance on them and in your life. So we got to stop doing all that. I need you to stop doing all of that. Again, like I said, I know it's hard, but little steps. Mute them on Instagram, mute them on TikTok. Don't reply back to the messages so quickly. Don't go and hang out with them all the time. Like I said, stop prioritizing them. Stop sacrificing everything you need. If they're telling you, hey, I need you to do this, that, and the third, and you drop everything that you have to do because you are going to go do that thing for them, you need to stop doing all that. All of that needs to stop before we can move forward. Okay. Our second step is I need you to realize, I know this is going to be hard. Okay. Don't be getting mad at me now, but I need you to realize that whatever trigger they trigger in you is something that you need to work on in yourself. We are always a mirror of everybody that's in front of us. Whoever is in front of you, and everything that you see in them is a direct reflection of you. So if somebody is having so much confidence and they're just so confident and cocky, and you just cannot stand how confident they are, and they think they're the shit and their shit don't stink, you're more than likely that trigger is coming from the lack of confidence that you have within yourself. And you just cannot be around somebody that has that much confidence, because it triggers that insecurity within yourself that you don't have that. So whoever in your life is triggering you and they're constantly triggering you, I need you to pay attention to that trigger, to whatever it is that you're upset about, because that is your tool. That is your key of what you need to work on. Because yes, all day we can teach you how to stop getting triggered by other people, and we can help you to learn to cut off people and all of that stuff. But what is really going to get down to the nitty gritty is teaching you what you need to work on and really focusing in on that, because once you work on that, that's when nobody else is going to trigger you again about that same topic. So if that person's triggering the hell out of you about your lack of confidence, well, if you work on your confidence and you work on gaining confidence and self-love and self-worth, then when the next person comes around in a year or so that has so much confidence, it's not going to trigger you anymore. And then that trigger is now gone. It doesn't exist. It's disappeared, and you can move on to bigger and greater things and be happier and more content within your life. So that is the real key. That's the real gritty, juicy tea, is you need to figure out what the hell is triggering you about other people, because that means that's what you need to work on in yourself. Okay. You have to also remember that the people that are around us, all the people that are around you in your life, your coworkers, your family, your friends, your loved one, everybody, even your dog. Okay. Even your damn dog is going to teach you what you need to work on yourself. If you have no patience with your dog, what's it teaching you? You need to work on your patience in every aspect of your life. But the dog is teaching you that you need to work on your patience. So once you start to look at life that way, girl, that's when you really level up. That is when you really, really level up in spirituality and just your consciousness, your awareness. Oh, that is like chef's kiss. Okay. Next thing, you are giving them, the person that is triggering you, importance. You are. They are not. They're not making themselves important in your life. You are making them important in your life. They have no say so on how whatever they do in their life triggers you. They have no say so. They can't make it trigger you. They can't make it not trigger you. The only person that can make that go away is you, by taking away the importance that they have in your life. It's that simple. I know it fucking sucks to hear that. It's not like the funnest thing to hear, because you're like, I hate that person. That person triggers the shit out of me. I don't think they're important. No, fuck them. Fuck them. But they are. They trigger you because they are important to you in your life. You have put them on a pedestal. You have put them at this high ranking position in your life. Because Joe Schmo on down the street, who you don't fucking know, if he did the same thing that this person was doing, would it trigger you? Probably not, because they have no importance in your life. Joe Schmo don't have no importance in your life. You don't know who Joe Schmo is. Joe Schmo can go kick rocks for all you fucking care, because you don't know who that person is and you don't care about that person, and there's no importance in them in your life. But this person that triggers you and is doing that thing, they are up here. And what you need to do is take them from up here and put them down here. And who's going to go up there? You need to be putting yourself up on the high pedestal. You need to be making you important in your life. You need to be the most important person in your life, not any motherfucking person else out there. Okay. You need to be number one in your life, because if not, you are going to constantly live your life like this. You are going to constantly be triggered by other people, because their actions have nothing to do with you. It's about everything within themselves. Okay. And they're not going to be concerned about, oh no, I'm triggering her. Oh no, I'm triggering him. Like, I need to stop. No, they're going to keep doing whatever the fuck they're doing. The only way you're going to be able to stop it is taking away their importance in your life. That's it. That's simple. I'm not saying it's going to be easy now. I didn't say that's going to be easy. I didn't say it's going to be simple. I did not say it's going to be quick, but you need to work on that. You need to work on taking away importance of people in your life. Everyone, because nobody should be that important to you that they are triggering every single day of your fucking life. The only person that should be that important is you. Okay, clock it. Now that you've figured out how to get somebody to stop triggering you, okay? Now that we've figured out what is triggering me, okay? Now I learned how to get that person to stop triggering me. Now I'm going to teach you how to call all of your power back to you. And this is why it's so important. Okay. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about what is your power? What does it do? And why is calling it back to yourself so goddamn important? Number one, I need you to realize that your power is very valuable. It's very, very valuable and important. It is how you are going to be able to get to the higher points in your life. It is going to be able to help you manifest. It's going to be able to help you believe in yourself. It's going to help you be able to move on to bigger and better things. It's also going to be able to help you stand up for things that you don't agree with. It's going to give you that backbone. It's going to give you, you're not going to walk all over me and talk shit to me and I'm just going to lay down and fucking take it. That's what your power is. And when you give that to other people, you are making them stronger. You are making them people have a hard time standing up to them. You are building them up. Every single time you give your power to somebody, you are building them up. And these people just keep growing and growing and growing, and you're just staying at the same level. Okay, because they're going to take power from other people, because usually the people that are taking the power are very manipulative people as well, and they can take it from everybody. And the more you give your power to them, the more they're just going to keep growing. I picture it like a corporation. Okay, picture a corporation. They just take power from everybody, from people that they deem smaller than them, people that they deem weak. They just take power, they take it, and they put them under their thumb, and they control them with every little thing. And nobody is going to stand up to them until one day somebody wakes up and says, fuck this, I'm taking my fucking power back. I quit. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And I'm going to go and do whatever I want to do. And guess what? Once they wake up and take that power back, the corporation no longer has any value to the person that woke up and said, fuck you. Okay. The value went away. The value is gone. The importance of that corporation is gone to them, because they're gone. They're out. They're going to do whatever the fuck they want to do, right? They're going to go find another job or go do whatever they want to do. And now the corporation is going to try to find another person to give them their power. But now that person's got their fucking power back. Now they can go better themselves. Now they can go stand up for what they believe in. Now they have a backbone. So same thing with you. Taking your power back is very fucking important. It's very, very important, because you need to believe in yourself. You need to have your power in your body, in your soul. Okay? Number one on how you're going to be able to take your power back is affirmations. I love me a good affirmation. Okay. Affirmations are my favorite thing, I think, on this earth. If you follow Bestie Talk Pod on TikTok, you know I love affirmations. Every single day I post different affirmations for you guys. They're all over the spectrum. It is just a really good way to be able to release, bring in, and this is going to be one that's going to be really, really helpful. So I literally want you to call that shit back. And when I say call that shit back, affirmations, like literally out loud, I want you to be talking about, I call all of my power back to myself that I willingly gave to other people. My power only works for me and nobody else. No one can take my power away from me. My energy and power gets me to my highest version of myself. I think once this episode airs, I'm definitely going to do some more affirmations about calling your power back on TikTok. So make sure you are following Bestie Talk Pod on TikTok, because that's where I post most of them. But I really want you guys to repeat these affirmations every single day until you get to a point where you feel like all of your power is back to yourself. And even then, I want you to keep doing it. These need to be affirmations that are in your daily routine, especially if you are somebody that has given your power to people a lot. Okay, if you have a history of it, I need you to be repeating these every single day. Another way that you're going to be able to call your power back to yourself is by no longer associating yourself with the people that you gave your power to. And yes, that means cutting them the fuck off. You need to cut yourself off from anybody that you've given your power from or power to, and that they willingly have taken it. Because if you think for a second that they're not going to continue to take your power from you, if they're not going to continue to try to manipulate you, if they're not going to continue to try to trigger you, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but they're going to continue to do that. You need to cut them off because you are choosing you. Simple as that. No other explanation needs to be put in there, because you are choosing you, and that's it. And you know exactly if you should cut that person off or if you shouldn't. You know, I don't even need to go into elaborate with that. Okay. I need you to hold yourself accountable. And this is one that I think is a little hard, but it's going to really make the difference of if you're just playing this shit of like calling your power back, or if you're actually taking that shit back. Because you can call your power back all day you want, but are you going to snatch your power back? That's the difference. Okay. So when I say hold yourself accountable, you know that you have a history of giving your power to people. You know, because you're listening to this episode and you're taking notes and you're like, yeah, that makes sense. That checks out. Okay, cool. So, you know, you have a history of giving your power to people and people triggering you, right? And by now, I'm pretty sure that you've been able to kind of like figure out what exactly you did by give your power away. You know what you did to make that happen. So if you are somebody who would always pay for other people to come eat or to come be around you or to be your friend, and people would just take advantage of you, and that's how you would always give your power to other people, then I need you to hold yourself accountable that I am no longer going to do that. I am not going to do that with new friends that I get, new coworkers that I get, and hold yourself actually accountable. Like I'm saying, it's one thing to say it, but it's one thing to do it. So when you go out, nope, you're not putting your card down and paying for everybody. No, yeah, you guys just Venmo me. No, it's a separate bill. It's split the bill. I'm speaking from existence. Okay, honey, I did that. I was that girl. I would always slap my card down. Yeah, you guys just pay me. And then I'd never get fucking paid back. And then there was just times where I was paying for these people to fucking eat at crazy restaurants and huge meals and alcoholic drinks and all that shit. And I was just getting taken advantage of left and right. So when I got new friends or I came into contact with new people, I really held myself accountable. And I was like, I am not going to do that. And it's fucking hard. It's so hard because you're so used to, oh, I'm just going to slap my car down, or you're so used to doing however you gave your power to somebody. But you need to have that in your head consciously. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm choosing myself. I'm taking my fucking power back. And as scary as it is, every single time I go eat out with my friends now, I'm like, split the bill. And it's scary each and every single time. I'm like, oh God, I have to say it. But no, I'm going to fucking say it. I'm going to do it. It's just a couple words and I'll be fine. And once I do it, then I'm like, look at that. I did it again. I took my power back again. I chose myself again. And each time feels better and better and better. And it gets easier and easier and easier because now those friends know me as, no, Kianna just splits the bill. They're not assuming that, oh, Kianna's just going to slap her car down and we're going to pay for it and everything's going to be good. No, they're not assuming that anymore. And I've made my boundary very clear from the get. So hold yourself accountable. Hold yourself accountable. Nobody can hold you accountable. I can't hold you accountable. Your friends can't hold you accountable. Your mom can't. The only person that can truly is you. So you need to learn how to do it. Our last thing to close out for today's episode is I need you to forgive yourself. I know it's hard as fuck to realize that you gave your power to somebody, that you allowed somebody to come into your life and literally disrupt it. You allowed somebody to make you feel like shit, to make you feel less than, to take your power away, to trigger the shit out of you, to make you feel like you were going actually nuts in the fucking brain. I know, I understand. But if you continue to harp on that and you continue to be mad at yourself and kick yourself even when you're down about doing that, about allowing that to happen, then you are only going to live in that space. You are going to continue to live in the past. You're never going to be able to evolve and get better. You're just going to stay there and stay in that ugly and dark place. And if you decide that you want to stay in that ugly and dark place, then okay, go right ahead. Don't forgive yourself. But if you want to continue to grow and elevate from that and be a different person and take your power back, then you need to forgive yourself. You need to be understanding. You need to understand that that was a person that you were back then, but that is not the person that you are right now, because that person back then wouldn't even be able to listen to the episode right now without being triggered as fuck. Okay? They would be like, I'm turning this shit off. That bitch don't know what the fuck she's talking about. Right? But look at you. You're hearing this. You're listening to this. You're writing notes. You're like, yeah, yup, she right. I need to do this. I need to do that. So forgive yourself for the past. You can't go back and change it. You can't. I wish we could sometimes. I really do. I really wish we could go back and change things because, honey, the mistakes that I have made that I'm like, fuck. Like they are, trust me, I wish we could go back and change it, but we can't. So the only thing we could do is move forward. That's it. Plain and simple. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I loved today's episode. I think it was really called for. Stop allowing people to trigger you and take your fucking power back. That's what we're doing in 2025, okay? I hope you guys have an amazing week coming up, and I cannot wait for the last couple episodes of Bestie Talk for the year. I have a huge huge gift for you guys. It's my Christmas gift that's going to be coming out at the last week of 2025. So make sure you are staying tuned to that. Make sure you're subscribing to, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, all that stuff. But make sure you're also following on TikTok and Instagram, Bestie Talk Pod, because there's announcements and all that fun stuff is going to be going on there. So I hope you guys have a great week. I will talk to you guys next week. Bye.